Welcome to another episode of Math Made Simple. I'm Miss Munah and I'm a math specialist here at the Pi Lab. In this video, I'll be analysing some common examination questions. I've put the question in a handout and you may download a copy for free by clicking on the description box below. So let's get started. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to solve a question involving the square roots and cube roots of some numbers where we cannot use a calculator but instead, we have to rely on the information given in the table, like the one shown in the question. So let's read the question. The square root and cube root of some numbers correct to 3 significant figures are given in the table below. Now what do we have? We have the square root of 5.8, the square root of 58, the cube root of 5.8, as well as the cube root of 58. Now as a student, you might be very overwhelmed because there's so much information and you might be thinking, Teacher, which one do I use? Okay, relax, don't panic. Let's take a look at the question, okay? Let's take a look at part A. What do they want us to find? They want us to find the square root of 580. So let's write that down. Don't forget to label part A. Now, because this is a square root, if you look at your table, you have two choices. The square root of 5.8 or the square root of 58. And you might be wondering, which is the correct one? Okay, if I were a student, I would write down the two options and try to figure out which is the correct one to use. Okay, we have to figure out the two options. So write this down. First of all, option 1, 580, you're going to write it in terms of 5.8. So 5.8 times what number will give us 580? Times 100. Very good. Next, the second option would be similar, square root of 580. But instead of using the first option, which was the square root of 5.8, I'm going to be using the square root of 58. Now, from 58, how do I get back my 580? I need to multiply by which number? Yes, multiply by 10. Then you have to ask yourselves, is it easier to find the square root of 100 or to find the square root of 10? Now, some of you might tell me, Teacher, if I have a calculator, definitely I can find the square root of 10, right? But we cannot use a calculator. So which is the easier option? It will be the first one over here. So I'm just going to put a little cross over here because this is not the method that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the first one. So square root of 5.8 times 100 is the same as saying square root of 5.8 times the square root of 100. And we all know this. The square root of 100 is 10. And what is the square root of 5.8? Go back to the table. It says here 2.41. So replace that. And finally, you can calculate 2.41 times 10. Okay, use your mental sums. What do you have? 24.1. And we are done for part A. That wasn't so bad, wasn't it? Okay, so now let's go back to part B. And the question asks us for 38.7 divided by 10 and take the cube. Now, if you look at this number, 38.7, where do you see it in the table over here? Is it in the first column? No. Second column? No. Third column? No. It appears in the last column. That means there's only one option, right? Which is good news. So write down 38.7 divided by 10 cube. So what do we have? I have to start with 3.87. Now ask yourself, from 3.87, how do I go back to 38.7? Multiply by which number? Yes, multiply by 10. And don't forget, this is a fraction, so it's upon 10. And finally, you have to cube it. Now, some of you will tell me at this juncture, Teacher, I can reduce. I can simplify the fraction, right? Yes, why not? I can divide by 10 in the numerator and denominator. So I will end up with 3.87 cube. And then some of you might be thinking, but teacher, I don't know what is 3.87 cube. The question never tell me. The question only tells us about what? Square roots and cube roots. Okay, don't have to worry because we know that we are using this final part. We're going to get 58 equals to 3.87 cube. So bring down this information over here. You will end up with 58. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you found this video useful, give us a thumbs up. If you would like to check out more videos by us, please click on the links on the right hand side. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Thank you, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!